What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. Today's video, we're going to be talking about some never-before-seen Pokemon Legends Arceus concept art, some initial art of the starters, and some design documents as well, and some very interesting information about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining a Pan fan by hitting that join channel member button below. So starting off with the never-before-seen concept art of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and this is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of this could definitely be used in like some sort of wallpaper engine. And just going through the art here, this looks incredible. Just seeing how the Ursaring getting like alpha-fied with the Dialga and Palkia back here. The battle, I mean, this is just super cool looking stuff. And you can see just like how the villages were initially designed as well. And I mean, this one looks like it's actually using some sort of like in-game models here, at least for like the Dawn model. Also, the Pokemon Legends Arceus was originally called Project Hayabusa, which is very cool. So we get like the Mesprit here, so we get some of the Lake Trio. And there's a lot of cool stuff here. I mean, I love this art, and I really hope this art style somehow carries over to Pokemon Legends ZA. And I love the Seal Beach. That's very cute too. Now we're up in the cold mountains, how the carriage would actually end up working. And then we got some character art, which looks absolutely fire as well. Love this character art. Oh man, this is just super cool. And just see, also, it's sort of weird seeing how big these Pokemon, I guess like these are the alphas compared to the humans are. Like that, like Chimchar is like too big. It's honestly way too big compared to that human right there. Just the vibes and feeling, like the Electivires Electabuzz standing on top of the trees, taking in the lightning. Like there's just so much personality going on. Now, the starter concept art is pretty funny, but here is our Pokemon Legends Arceus starter concepts. The Decidueye literally looks like, this looks like a Blaziken to me, but this is what they originally wanted them to look like, at least in the rough sketch, you know. Like Hisuian Typhlosion actually looks very similar. And I don't know what was going on with the Hisuian Samurai here. It doesn't really look like... I mean, I can see there's the shell, but it doesn't look like there's... it's much like a Hisuian Samurai, in my opinion. And then our first look at the map, too, which is pretty neat. Another look at the map, more detailed with the different locations. This concept art is absolutely fire. They really were hyping up Ursaring, you know, getting its alpha and fighting Ursaring. That was something they were really about. You know, I would have liked some Ursaluna art, but it doesn't seem like we have any of that. And then some art of the Pokedex here, the different dexes. It looks very cool. This little hand-drawn sketch of what seems to be like a Charmander, which, you know, isn't actually in the game, so that's pretty funny. And the original sketch of the town here. Now, speaking of concepts, this is the initial gameplay concept of Pokemon Legends Arceus. And the model is super funny. I mean, they brought in a model of Brock, and this is obviously like pre-alpha footage of the game, but this is what they are using to test the systems. They would have this Brock dude running around with the Pokeball, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks like he has a basketball and he's ready to dunk. It's honestly hilarious. And our first ever look at the battle system, the Pikachu model looks absolutely huge here. And my camera's actually covering it, but we can move it over here. There is a Mega Lucario symbol down here. So they seem to actually have Megas initially in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but it seemed to actually cut them. Or that could have just been a placeholder in general. But, I mean, potentially they could have had Megas at the launch of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now for some news and development of Pokemon Legends Arceus. The game originally was started developing in 2019, but it wanted to end in July 2021 for a late 2021 release, but it was delayed and we got it in January of 2022. So, you know, not too big of a delay, honestly. I mean, it missed a season, but honestly, pretty decent development cycle considering, you know, most games get delayed in general. Now, there was some interesting stuff in Pokemon Legends Arceus that was supposed to be in the game that was cut. We were supposed to get secret bases like in Diamond and Pearl, and you can also bury items as well. So you can bury items in the field as your preferred locations and save them. The buried items can temporarily stored and used as as a simple warehouse. The buried items also exist in worlds of other players via online, and then they can dig them up. Some items increase in quality or change in nature when buried. Depending on what you bury, you can help other players or play tricks on them. So some sort of like interesting multiplayer function to the game. There really wasn't a decent multiplayer function to Pokemon Legends Arceus though, which I actually think worked out better for it. So, you know, I don't think it really needed this. So this is a piece of cut content that I'm sort of glad that wasn't in the game. It would have felt a bit bloated in general. Also, we learned that Pokemon Legends Arceus was set officially in 150 years in the past. And this is actually the same land of Sinnoh. So Hisui just ends up turning into Sinnoh. Also, speaking about the buried items, you know, how we actually evolve Ursaluna. They evolve Ursaring into Ursaluna in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where you have to like go on the Ursaluna's back and dig up the rock. That would have been a very similar online feature for the picking up the items on the ground. And we also learned that Ginkgo Guild had a civilization in Sinnoh in ancient times and are the ones who built the Snow Point Temple and the Temple of Sinnoh, which is very interesting. And now something incredibly interesting. Game Freak did not want to make a Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake. They actually had no interest in doing it themselves, nor doing it in general. But apparently they decided that they needed to do it. Seems like a very last second moment, which is why they hired ILCA. I think the reason why they did it is because the games were getting delayed in general. Makes sense because, you know, Pokemon Legends Arceus, or confirmed, did not come out in the holiday or fall period of 2021, and instead it was coming out in January of 2022. They didn't want to miss a sales projection, so they hired ILCA to do a very quick and very faithful and strict remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which is Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So honestly, that's probably why ILCA just did not make a great game, because they did not have the dev time and they were very restricted in what they could actually do in such a short amount of time, which makes a lot of sense for that dev cycle. So yeah, I don't think we should hear any more ILCA. Hey, they don't really deserve it. It's more like Game Freak messing up their timelines and not thinking accordingly, and then pushing this last second project onto them. Lastly, some non-PLA news. I want to talk about the GS Ball and Celebi's lore real quick, because I find this really interesting. The GS Ball is called a Generation Sympathy Ball, and Celebi comes from the word celebrate. Celebi is coming from the future, hundreds or thousands of years later, where flora and fauna continue to live. Pollution, deforestation, species extinction, and other issues remain urgent. However, the Earth and all life on it have overcome various challenges and have reached a joyful future. Recalling its name, Celebrate. Celebi is a messenger from the future. It is said that the world heads in the wrong direction. Celebi will stop appearing. And then here's all the concept art of Celebi leading into it. So Celebi, very sick Pokemon, very cool lore, very funny. So if the future ends, if the world ends in the future, then Celebi just disappears forever. So that's pretty interesting. But there we have it, guys. That is all the information I have today. And I'll continue posting any other interesting Pokemon information, news, leaks, guides, anything I think is worth putting on the channel. Anyways, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.